The films he was doing, like Eyes Wide Shut, it's never going to make a lot of money. So you go, this movie. No, Kubrick films don't make a lot of money. They just don't.
No, they don't.
He picked stuff that he was working on, and then you know what made him come back big time? Tropic Thunder. He's wearing the makeup and he's dancing at the end, and people went, "Holy crap! It's Tom freaking Cruise," and that started it back up.
Fate whispers to the warrior, "A storm is coming," and the warrior whispers back,
"Dad, Tom Cruise won't come out of the closet."
"I am the storm."
I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
But some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Oh, you should put that speech on tape.
He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way.
Hello, Chicago, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Got a drink to that?
Welcome to Alternate Reality.
That being part of the deal. But that's spitball.
That'll be the easiest one to make.
Well, that's the one that they could be working on right now if they want to.
Oh, yeah.
Drop it in whenever.
Jeffrey Wright's sitting going, where's the script?
Well, I would assume it has a deadline, but...
It's got a date.
Well, it's got a date, but it's a TV date, so, I mean, it can be pushed back.
Oh, you're probably going to get Disney Plus, though.
Really, was it?
Because it's going to be hooked up with Hulu. It's an option you can add.
Okay.
They announced it like yesterday.
All I care about is the HBO Max thing. It's the only thing I care about.
Which is I'll probably get on Comcast because I got HBO. They probably go, yeah, we'll add it. They do that with everything else.
So everybody got the Dish Network thing.
That's how I got Amazon.
They pissed off as hell now.
Dish Network it's the ball-headed stepchild. Everyone has the other one.
Well, I've got DirecTV, and I am getting ready to dump DirecTV.
You might have to.
I lost CBS a week ago, and it's still gone.
Yeah, it's not coming back.
It doesn't look like it's coming back anytime soon.
All access?
No, CBS, period.
Yeah.
There's a sign up there that says, "Hi, we couldn't come to an agreement. They wanted too much money. We aren't going to pay it. So we've lost CBS. Go to this website and complain because we really want CBS back, but they want to charge us too much. It's not fair. Gosh darn it, it's not fair. Move along. Nothing else to see here.
You think you can't watch SWAT now?
I can't watch anything on CBS
no
now.
CBS
I can't watch
at all.
Can't watch local news. Can't watch network.
ESPN too. They screwed a lot of people out of it. The hotel has 359 rooms, and 14 other rooms has TV on there. And guess what they all hooked up to? DirecTV.
DirecTV.
So they all looking at a big ass black screen and the thing bouncing like this.
For what?
Signal loss. Yeah.
Why do you have signal loss?
Because they keep trying to flip the channels and they can't get CBS. They can't get ESPN.
Well, nobody's getting CBS. I just said they lost it.
And maybe a little bit of 5 and 7, NBC and ABC. That's it.
You know what they won't get screwed on? The alternate reality. Hey, folks, how you doing? Comicbookman here. Welcome once again to the Store's podcast, The Alternate Reality. And as always, we're coming to you from the heart of downtown Mount Greenwood at the Alternate Reality Recording Studios.
We have a studio?
Yes, we are in it right now. And all the acoustic paneling on the wall. And,
I smell BS.
Yeah, okay. And,
where's my coffee? Oh, wrong studio.
And we're coming to you, like I said, from Alternate Reality, located at the intersection of Honolulu, the Kedzie, and beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality, all new comics are 15% off every day for everyone for over a quarter of a century now. Everybody has saved 15% off at least on their new comics every single day for the last 25 years down here at Alternate Reality.
Joe Slapnuts?
Even Joe Slapnuts. I'm being joined today by Joe Slapnuts' best pal, the one and only Bocepheus.
I'm waiting for that perp walk, I'm telling you.
And with him is the man who won't say a word to Joe Slapnuts because he knows that he's a mook. The one, the only, the music man himself, the man of many notes, Rod Flash. Say hi, Rod.
Hello, I make no apologies.
Well, really? That's good. That's good. And we're here today to talk about Phase 4. It's been all over the internet. I'm sure that if you're listening to this, you haven't heard of Phase 4, you might actually have heard of the lineup. We're going to spend the next half hour talking about it because I think that there's more than enough to talk about there. And I'm going to start off with the rundown.
Which begins
just to make sure that we're
Black Widow.
Just to make sure we're all on the same page. I want to do the rundown first, and then we'll talk about them.
Okay.
Right. First up is going to be Black Widow, which is supposed to have, and these dates are the dates that were set at Phase 4. I would assume as you get deeper into these, those dates are going to start getting more liquid. But as for right now, the dates are Black Widow is May 1st, 2020. Then you're going to have the Falcon Winter Soldier show on streaming Disney, which will be fall 2020. In November 6th of 2020, that's when Eternals is supposed to come out in movie theaters. Shooting right now. Then, on February 12th, 2021, will be Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings of the Mandarin.
Because the Mandarin's back.
Tony Leung. We're going to talk about that. Then spring 2021 on Disney Plus, we'll have WandaVision. May 7th, 2021, we'll have Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which sounds like a lot of fun. And then in spring 2021, we have Loki on Disney Plus. Summer 2021, we have What If on Disney Plus. Fall 2021, we have Hawkeye on Disney Plus. And then on November 5th of 2021, we have Thor, Love, and Thunder in movie theaters. Other things announced were Blade, which was announced for Phase 4.
Phase 5.
I was just going to say that. It was announced for Phase 4, but it will probably be Phase 5. Will be Blade. Fantastic Four and something to do with the mutants.
Yeah, he said mutants. Frank said mutants. That's all he said.
Was confirmed, but nothing was set. Right. Nothing was said about it except that, we're doing something.
Yeah.
So, and that will be at some point during the course of Phase 4. And that is your lineup. Now, we also have floating around in there, which he didn't have on the lineup, but is coming, because it's already been announced. At some point, we're going to have Black Panther 2, which people assume is going to be spring of 2022, more or less.
Just guessing.
These are all guesses. Like I said, the farther out you get, the more liquid these get. You've got Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which James Gunn has to finish up Suicide Squad first.
That's why I said I can't talk about it because I'm still working right now.
Yeah, he can't do anything until he finishes up Suicide Squad, but that is maybe coming May of 2022. Maybe not. And then Captain Marvel 2, which is probably going to be summer of 2022.
There's a script ordered for that already.
And like I said, Fantastic Four is floating around out there someplace. However that's going to work is going to be up to them. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see Fantastic Four.
Yeah, and they said when Flag made the announcement, the mic drop was, oh, by the way, Marshall Ali is Blade. See ya!
That's a good one. I saw that one.
And they didn't say a word about Wesley Snipes.
Wesley welcomed him to the family.
He said, welcome to the Daywalkers. He's a nice little
but is that Wesley Snipes at home saying that with no connection to this, or is that Wesley Snipes as part of the family?
I have a feeling that Wesley Snipes is playing Whistler.
You think so?
Yeah. The reason I did the mic drop was Ali said it. There is no script. There is no plan. He just signed the deal because he kept talking to Kevin Feige every chance he got, going, I want to play Blade.
He did it the night he won the Oscar. The night he won the Oscar, he set up a meeting with them and said,
Feige went, what the hell?
I want to do a movie. He said, which movie you want to do? He said, I want to do Blade. Okay.
Oh, he also Feige did the name drop. Said, yes, there'll be another Avengers film.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a fifth Avengers film at some point in here also, and that's also liquid.
Yeah,
but it's supposedly it's in there someplace.
And everything in Phase 4 will be leading into a big mega crossover event, which will be Phase 5. All that's in 2 years. That is 11 projects within 2 years.
That's, like I said, that starts in May of 2020 and technically ends sometime in the middle of 2022.
Yeah.
You have nothing until Black Widow.
No.
Which won't be until May of next year.
Yeah, which they're editing right now, because actually the film is done shooting as far as I know. There's a trailer out there, which is not leaked on the internet yet, which is weird. But there is a trailer out there, and we confirmed that David Harbour's not playing Ben Grimm, he's playing Red Guardian.
Red Guardian.
Now, the actually, he would have made a good Ben Grimm.
Yeah, he's a working actor.
not to get into DC too deep, but there's nothing between now and Black Widow. No. When is Wonder Woman 2 coming out?
Wonder Woman, I think, comes out around the same time, May.
Okay, so, and that, as far as I know, is the only DC thing. Well, no.
Well,
Joker's coming out this Halloween.
Yeah, Joker's coming out this Halloween. Joker's being screened at a film festival right now. Everyone who saw it so far says it's great. It's not a traditional DC film. It's different, but they said it's great.
The next comic book film you have, the next big comic book film is going to be Joker, and then nothing until Black Widow, Wonder Woman 2. Right. Yeah. So what did you guys think of the Phase 4 lineup? What did you guys think of the announcement? Some of these things, like I said, obviously are coming. We've got Black Panther 2, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Captain Marvel, all that stuff, which is on the list. But some of the stuff that they announced was a surprise.
The Blade thing was a total surprise. We already knew about most of those things. And also what happened was, not only did they announce these projects, they announced casting for most of those. The guy playing Shang-Chi, he looks like Shang-Chi.
I saw the guy that
here's the thing. You knew Thor was coming, but you didn't know Thor was going to be Jane Foster.
Yeah, it'll be both. He came out and he said, I really like this Mighty Thor thing that Jason Aaron and the guys are doing. They went, what? And then Portman came out. Hi, how you doing? And you're like, what?
Well, I mean, in the movie, there'll obviously be a crossover between the two Thors.
And they also said they're going to make it official. Valkyrie is LBGT, and she's getting a girlfriend in this film.
And Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, you didn't know that was the tone that they were going to take with the Doctor Strange.
You didn't know they were going to
You knew Doctor Strange 2 was coming, but not that it was going to be Marvel's first horror film.
And you had that rumor that Namor is going to be in it. Well, that sort of kills that rumor. Namor's not in this thing. Scarlet Witch is in this thing, however. Because WandaVision leads directly into the film. Right. And they also have to explain, well, I thought the Vision was dead.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things they're going to talk about. He's just a pile of junk right now. That's inoperative.
Yeah, the series will explain exactly everything you need to know about who the Scarlet Witch is and what she can do. And then she'll be hanging out with Doctor Strange.
And then she'll say no more mutants.
And then she'll say,
no, she's not going to say
no more mutants.
No, you know what she'll say? We need mutants. And that's when the X-Men show up in Phase 4.
In a way, they sort of were alluding to the Doctor Strange thing. If you go back and watch Infinity War and the conversation between Iron Man and Doctor Strange, and what was that he said? That's 52 million ways we can stop Thanos. There's only one way you can do it. So that means that Doctor Strange's already visited a whole nother realm of universes to try to figure this out.
You saw him in the film doing it.
Yeah, the body's flipping.
It's like, okay, he's going over every possible reality.
Multiverses.
Yeah, he's going from place to place.
I'm guessing that this is going to be a reason for them to have the Avengers to come back. For that fifth one. Going to lead into Phase 5. There you go, right there.
There was also one thing that he didn't talk about, which is technically part of Phase 5, the next Spider-Man movie.
No, they have to renegotiate that.
No, that deal's set.
Spidey's done.
No, that deal's set.
He did his 5 films.
They made $1 billion, which means they get to keep control.
Forever and ever, or just...
Until the film doesn't make $1 billion.
So what, Spider-Man has to be in a film that doesn't make $1 billion?
Well, do you really think Spider-Man had trouble making $1 billion? No, it didn't. I mean, I saw it in the middle of the week. The theater was half full. This is in the afternoon.
Well, you're not going to be seeing a Spider-Man film anytime soon. No. There's nothing in here.
No, there's nothing in here talking about what it is, because if you've seen Far From Home, well, you know what the plot for the next film is going to be. So it's like, oh, damn. How do we get out of this one?
That's the Easter egg at the end of...
It's Easter egg 1, and Easter egg 2 is we find that the sword exists.
Which will lead into the cosmic part of it.
Well, I assume that that's going to tie into Captain Marvel whenever they get to it.
Yeah.
So let's go down the list of the movies. Black Widow. First one up, May 1st of next year. It's got Rachel Weisz in it playing the Iron Maiden.
Yes.
It's got Florence Pugh?
Florence Pugh. She just did Midsummer. She's playing Yelena,
she was the one in the Del Toro horror film, right?
Yes.
Yeah. She's playing the blonde Black Widow.
Yeah.
And of course you've got
David Harbour is the
Red
Guardian, and Taskmaster's in it.
Yeah.
And of course Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow. Supposedly the movie's a prequel. It's sandwiched in between Civil War and Infinity War, but I would assume that this is probably the only Black Widow movie you're ever going to get, so they're going to be doing origins and stuff. So you're going to go before all those movies.
There's your catch. We can keep doing Black Widow films as long as we don't have them that happen after.
Right.
We didn't tell you the story, by the way. Oh, yeah, we could tell you the story. They said
that there's a big gap between Civil War when she was on the run and then Infinity when she hooked back up with Steve in the Secret Avenger.
Well, they've danced around the origin of the Black Widow project in this old Soviet Union on S.H.I.E.L.D. and Civil War.
Civil War.
Yeah. They danced around that, but I would assume that might nail that down a little bit more with the Black Widow movie.
I just want to see Taskmaster. That's all. I saw a little bit of the stills of it.
Yeah.
And the mask. Yeah. They did do the Death Head's mask. They got that down at least. I knew the cape wasn't going to come in there because...
Too much like a comic book.
Yeah, I know. It's a comic book. Put capes in there.
He's got a sword in his back. So what do I got to pull the cape?
I want the shield. I want the whole Taskmaster.
I think you're going to get both.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see Red Guardian wearing a Red Guardian costume.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Right after Black Widow is going to be Falcon Winter Soldier on Disney streaming. This is assuming they keep their schedules and everything.
Anthony Mackie said he's already worn the Captain America outfit.
Well, a version of it.
Yeah.
Version of it. Yeah. I would assume that they're going to do what they did in the comics and incorporate the Falcon costume into the Captain America costume, so he'll have red wings or something. Yeah. The most interesting thing about that is the obvious. Who's going to be Captain America? You got Bucky and Mackie there.
Right.
Okay, and who's going to be Captain America? And I'm assuming they're going to be back and forth with that. Yeah. But also, you got Baron Zemo in this thing, and he's wearing a purple mask.
Yes. Scarred her face and everything.
Yes. That was a cute little teaser. They talked about it, and then all of a sudden, the screen went dark, and Skull took over. It's like, what the hell happened?
So what do you think? Who's going to be Captain America? Is it going to be Falcon?
It's going to be Falcon.
Moving on, Eternals, like I said, November 6th in 2020. This is a movie in the theaters. It's going to be Angelina Jolie, Selma Hayek.
Richard Madden.
It's a prequel to the entire Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
The Eternals are the ones that created the Marvel Universe.
Well,
they created humanity on Earth.
There are production design sketches that are floating all over the internet, and Celestials, the whole 9 yards there.
Yes, that's what I was looking for.
Well, you have Deviants, Humans, Eternals, and Celestials in the thing, and it's all Jack Kirby. And I've seen a lot of Jack Kirby art flying around, but I don't know about the production art, how Kirby-ish that looks. I mean, obviously the Celestials look like Kirby.
More science fiction-y.
Yeah.
No costumes. They haven't shown them in their outfits yet.
In February 12th of 2021, we've got Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings of the Mandarin. You'll have to help me out with his name. Sing Lu. He's playing Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
And you've got...
Awkwafina, the comedian, is playing the film. And veteran Chinese actor Tony Leung is playing the Mandarin.
Good, they're getting an Asian to play the character.
Yeah, well, and they're not using Fu Manchu because they can't.
Does Disney own Fu Manchu or doesn't they? Because I've talked to some people at the store this week, and they told me that they were under the impression that Disney bought Fu Manchu from the Saxe-Rothammer estate.
No, the Romner estate still owns it. There's still a Romner around there somewhere. It's probably like 150.
But they're not going to stick Fu Manchu up on there because
Fu Manchu is, and Jim Starlin said this, please don't use Fu Manchu. He's an ethnic stereotype.
Exactly.
Well, he doesn't have to.
He doesn't have to.
Stereotype. Yes, he was when he was first created, but he doesn't have to be. You see, the problem with not using Fu Manchu is the original comic, which is this is based on.
Right.
The original comic set up the whole father-son dynamic. Yeah. You've got the most evil dad in the world, Fu Manchu, who wants to not only conquer the world but enslave the world and make everybody do his bidding, and the good son, who's the master of kung fu, who's fighting him with the rest of the Fu Manchu cast from the Saxe-Rothammer novels.
What you could
Blackjack Tar and Sir Nigel Eastland, whatever his name is.
Varner. You could basically say, we know who his father is, but we just won't say it.
You think you're losing the whole father-son dynamic there, which is one of the things that really made that work in the first place.
Well, what's interesting about this film is you've got an Asian director and an Asian screenwriter, and you've got an all-Asian cast.
Yeah.
So they're going through the international feel.
I think that's what Phase 4 basically is. It's sort of like the...
Phase 4 is introduce characters that you don't know, have your characters that you do know to lead us into Phase 5, where you've got a mix of both.
Okay, moving on, we got WandaVision, spring of 2021. It's going to be on Disney Plus. The series takes place after Endgame, so Vision is dead. Yeah. And there's stuff in there, like you mentioned before, that's going to tie directly into Doctor Strange and the madness of the multiverse. It's
also already shooting right now.
There's also going to be an adult version of Monica Rambeau.
Yeah, she was a kid in Captain Marvel. Yeah. She's popping up in it.
She's all grown up in the thing, and they cast the actress. I don't have the name. I forget who it is.
She did some TV stuff before, so I'm like, oh, Monica's going to be in it.
So it'll be interesting to see if she's actually going to be a Captain Marvel, quote unquote, or if she's just going to be kicking around.
Or Photon, or whatever name you want to call her.
After WandaVision, then we have Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. It's Marvel's first horror film.
Yes.
And it's Scott Derrickson. He's directing it. He says it's going to be a gothic horror thing, like Dark Shadows.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey.
The original Dark Shadows, not that stupid thing that...
remake.
Yeah. But it's going to be a gothic horror thing, and it's supposed to be Marvel's first truly scary movie.
That means...
Yeah, they're going to try for a real horror vibe.
Nightmare.
Probably. That's what they're saying. Nightmare's going to be the bad guy in the thing. But in the madness of the multiverse, one of the things that I've also heard... This could be very much inspired by his H.P. Lovecraft and a lot of Lovecraftian things like Ch'Lulu and Suma Toth, or whatever the hell the name of the giant squid-like thing. Yeah, Golgoth or whatever the hell it is. But a lot of that stuff is public domain. I think that they could roll that stuff in if they wanted to.
This will not be R-rated.
You can make a scary PG-13 film.
Sure.
The reason you have an R rating in most horror films is because you're cutting heads off.
Blood and nudity.
You're putting machetes into people's skulls, and you're doing prosthetic work to show a machete in a skull. Right. That's titillation. It's not horror. Moving on, after Doctor Strange, we have one of the more interesting Disney Plus ones. Not that the other two haven't, but this is Loki. And it's going to be Loki after Endgame, in the part of Endgame where Loki grabs a Tesseract.
And walks away.
So they're going to retcon all of the character development after the first Avengers film that Loki went through. The second Thor film, the third Thor film, all that character development they did is gone. And this is going to be Loki picking up from that point, unreconstructed Loki, evil Loki with the Tesseract, going out and having fun.
Yeah. And Hiddleston goes, man, if you guys had a chance to read these scripts, he's going to knock you on your ass. The stuff they came up with for me to do, I can't believe they actually got away with it.
So once Loki picks up this Tesseract and walks away, 5 minutes earlier he was just had the crap beat on him by the Hulk.
Yeah,
Right.
So he's coming off of that. He's coming off of that.
I got my ass kicked, and now I got something that can kick everybody else.
Next, then, after Loki is What If, which is summer of 2021. Disney Plus animated. All the Marvel Universe characters that they need are supposed to be doing voiceover work in this thing. And supposedly the first of the stories that they're going to do for What If is going to be What If Peggy Carter got the super soldier?
Oh, yeah. When they announced the thing, they announced that was one of them. So you're going to have Haley Atwell doing the voice of Peggy Carter.
And you will have the Watcher in this thing as the narrator, just like in the original What If.
Except it'll be a black guy playing a white guy.
What? Is the Watcher?
Yeah, Jeffrey Wright's black, but the Watcher's clearly white.
I don't know. Is the Watcher going to be live action or is he going to be voiceover?
He's going to be voiceover.
So it'll be his voice then.
It'll be his voice.
Because
he's got a great voice.
But yeah, that's going to be animated, and that whole thing's going to live and die by how well the animation is.
Yeah.
But if Sony, the same folks who did Into the Spider-Verse, do this, it could be like incredible. Then again, if the Disney people do it, if you've looked at some of Marvel's stuff through Disney over the last couple of years, this could be like a big waste of time. It's going to be one of the more interesting production-wise. All the movies that are up there.
The cheapest to do, too.
Well, the animation, yes and no. I mean, they're going to use the original voiceover talent, but there's no filming involved.
No.
It's all animated.
No, you just sit there in the studio. So yeah.
After What If, you've got Hawkeye on Disney Plus, which is going to be the Clint Barton Hawkeye introducing
Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop.
Who has not
Hawkeye.
been cast yet.
And Jeremy Renner, of course, will be in it.
Yeah, Jeremy Renner at the con, he got to do the Robert Downey Jr. thing of walking through the crowd and being cool. And by the way, when did Jeremy Renner become a pop star?
Oh, you saw the commercial, didn't you?
No. I've seen the music videos.
Yes,
the guy can freaking sing.
Not only that, did you know he's rich, not from the Marvel thing, but also he buys house and flips it, and he has made several $1 million
he's
doing
rich.
that.
But yeah, he's a pop
So
star.
he's basically doing this for the fun of it.
I'm sitting there going, Jeremy Renner, music video? What?
Great.
And I'm going, damn, he's pretty good.
After Hawkeye, we've got in November 5th of 2021, Thor, Love and Thunder, with Natalie Portman doing the Jason Aaron Thor.
Jane Foster.
With Jane Foster.
She's pumping up right now.
Now, we are way down into the future with this stuff. What they're going to pull out of the Jason Aaron run is up in the air. I mean, is she going to have cancer? Is she going to be dying? Is it just going to be fat old man Thor saying, I can't do this anymore, I have to pass it on to someone else, and she happens to be there?
Yeah, because Valkyrie in this film is rebuilding Asgard.
I got a feeling they're going to do the whole "you're not worthy" sort of bit.
Could be.
Well, he's going to have Stormbringer in the thing, not Mulcher.
He's got his own hammer now. He doesn't really need Mulcher anymore.
She's going to wind up with Mulcher.
Yeah, she's going to get it.
But they haven't at this point said anything about how she's going to get it or why there's a handoff or whatever. I assume that Thor is going to be taking Odin's place.
Probably.
So I can't run out and do this stuff anymore, but you can.
You can do it.
Especially since Marvel gave you a whole buttload of money and now you'll be happy to do it. Not give us any more trouble like you did with Thor 2.
Right.
And that is your Phase 4. Like we said earlier, Phase 5 will probably be Blade. There's something going to be happening with Fantastic Four. My money is on a lot of Easter eggs that are
by the time
related.
You get into those last films, you can throw Easter eggs out because you are not confined to the contract. The deal is set, and you can say whatever you want. So you can drop Easter eggs here and there all you want.
Solid Easter egg setups for the Fantastic Four. They got the characters back.
Yeah.
They can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And you're talking about Namor? Yeah. I bet Namor is going to show up at some point during all these too, assuming the rights are straightened out with Namor.
Totally they own it. Joe Quesada said a while ago. He said like 3 years ago. And we own the rights to Namor.
And you're talking about Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
I think he'd make a great Namor.
Yeah. You think about that. They're talking to Keanu for a part. We have films we haven't announced yet. Keanu's sitting there waiting, going, "What's the part? What's the part? What's the part? What do you got?
Namor.
What do you got?
We'll slap some Spock ears on you. We'll give you a pair of Speedos and a couple of wristbands, and you're set.
Or Silver Surfer.
No. One of the things they did get right in that second Fantastic Four movie was you sort of have to CGI the character.
Yeah, so you can't have a person walk around in all silver.
Now you can do better CGI.
You got Bradley Cooper walking around as a damn raccoon, and we know it's Bradley Cooper. We know that Vin Diesel's Groot. You don't have to see him. The one rumor I've heard the most of, he's playing Reed Richards. That's the rumor I keep hearing.
Reed Richards for Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
That wouldn't. I
that's-
don't know. That wouldn't be a
That's
terrible
the hot
situation.
rumor I'm hearing. They want him to play Reed Richards.
The problem with Keanu Reeves playing Reed Richards is Reed Richards is not the star of the Fantastic Four. No. Ben and Johnny are. Reed and Sue are background players. And I love the Fantastic Four, but that's just the way it falls with the team.
Right.
Those are the two visible characters that everybody loves. So you got Keanu Reeves playing a character who's a background character. Where if he's Namor, he's out front. I am Namor, and I am pissed off, and now I'm going to invade the surface world. Now I have to have all this exposition.
I'm a jerk.
I don't know if Keanu wants to wear Speedos. So.
I am sure he'll be happy to wear whatever they want to give him if the
Keanu's
check
not-
is
no,
big
no, no.
enough. Okay, before we wrap this thing up, what do you guys think of the films they picked for Pays for? One of the things that's not in this is there is not an A-level character in here.
No.
Okay, these are all B-level characters. The one A-level character they have, Thor, is going to be a B-level character because it's Lady Thor. It's Thoress. It's a female Thor. So nothing in this phase is top-line Marvel characters. No. Granted, Black Panther made $1 billion.
Yes.
But you also have movies like Ant-Man, which made like half of that, which is respectable.
Well,
but you don't have big tentpoles coming off of Ant-Man.
No, you don't have tentpoles coming off. Ant-Man has always made more than enough money to justify they keep making more Ant-Man films.
But you've got no Iron Man here. You've got no Thor here.
You've got no Thor.
You've got no Captain America
well,
here.
Well, yeah, because Downey's character's dead, and Chris Evans says,
that's one of the things. Well, that's the thing that surprised me about these is I really thought that they were going to stick Fantastic Four dead center in Phase 4. That is your A-list characters right there. You introduce them, and you make the A-list out of them like they deserve to be because they're the foundation characters of the Marvel Universe.
What you really have to understand is the fact that Phase 4, even though they announced the titles of these films, all those films were in the works well before the Disney deal happened. So you were going to add Fantastic Four. You weren't going to add X-Men because those films, those couldn't get done until afterwards.
Well, Phase 3 changed. You had an Inhumans movie stuck into Phase 3 that disappeared and wound up on TV at some point.
That had more to do with a power struggle between Perlmutter and Feige.
Well, whatever the reason was, it still happened, so it could happen again
It
with
could
this.
happen again, but Phase 4 is locked into 2 years.
Nothing's
being added. They got the D3 coming up. There's going to be no new films added. This is it. They will announce more information about what we announced, but there are no new films going to be announced at D3.
So the D3 is going to basically have the actors and actresses that's playing.
You know what you could do for D3? You've got this Avengers Summit going on. You know what you do to make it a big deal event? You have everyone who's ever an Avengers show up at the thing and go, "Hi, we're here. We're doing a victory lap. We're saying goodbye.
We're saying goodbye." Then bring in Phase
and then you
4.
bring in, and then you say, they were all there together hanging out anyway."
One thing I would expect also coming out of Phase 4 is don't be surprised to see a Robert Downey Jr. cameo of some sort somewhere in the thing, either a hologram or a recording or a flashback or something. I'm not saying he's going to be running around in the Iron Man armor, but I don't think that we are done with Robert Downey Jr. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see something show up. Him getting anything more than a very small credit in a thing, but he would still be there.
More likely to be the Doctor Strange.
Stan Lee always got a credit. He never was in any movie for more than 10 seconds.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, he might wind up taking Stan's place. I don't see them wanting to cut that loose. The idea of that cut
loose. But I'm looking at Downey's schedule for the next 2 years, and I really have no idea where he'd fit in time to do any of that.
It's 1 day's worth of work.
We're talking about Robert.
Here's $20 million. Do a half a day.
Yeah, and that's the other part. How much are you going to give me for my half a day of shooting?
Oh,
well,
I'm sure
they got the money.
Oh, of course he got the money. I'm sure.
They have the money.
Let's say pick one. No, let's say Shang-Chi. Somehow, some way, they stick in a brief 20-second Easter egg with him in there. Now, you don't think that word's not going to get out after the movie comes out, and that's going to drive people into the theaters to see it. You got to see the Tony Stark cameo that's in the thing. It's only for 20 seconds, and it's great.
Mandarin going,
you have to do it anyway because this is about the Mandarin, and what was Iron Man 3 about?
People would like to forget Iron Man
3. Well, regardless, I wouldn't be at all surprised if that happened in the future. Okay, and that's Phase 4. Be sure to go to the store's website, folks, myalternatereality.com, where you can find out more of Bo's news, more of JR's reviews, more of Vito Carli's reviews, sales, and much more about Alternate Reality, the store. That's at myalternatereality.com. I want to thank you both for coming in today. Rod, thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Bo, thank you.
Well, you're quite welcome.
Like I said, be sure to check out the store's website. Be sure to check out our other podcasts. I've mentioned in the past couple podcasts we've done, they're down to a half an hour. The show's been a half an hour. And we're trying to get them out faster, but they're going to be shorter, but we're trying to get them out faster, packed with as much information as we possibly can. So until next time, you take care of yourself, and bye! thanks a lot for listening. If you enjoyed this show, please like and share it with all your friends. We value your feedback, so drop us a question, comment, show idea, or complaint either at arcomics@msn.com or, if provided, in the comments section down below on this platform. The opinions expressed in this episode are solely those of the individuals and not necessarily those of Alternate Reality Incorporated. This show is, as always, coming to you from the Alternate Reality Comic Shop, located in the heart of beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie, serving Chicago comics fandom since 1994.
Elvis has left the building.